Volume 1, Book 11, number 593. Narrated by Aisha. The Prophet used to offer 2 light rakat between the Adhan and the Qama of the Fajr prayer. Volume 1, Book 11, number 594. Narrated by Abdullah bin Umar. Allah's Apostle said, Bilal pronounces the Adhan at night, so keep on eating and drinking, suhur, till Ibn Maktum pronounces the Adhan. Volume 1, Book 11, number 595. Narrated by Abdullah bin Mas'ud. The Prophet said, the Adhan pronounced by Bilal should not stop you from taking suhur, for he pronounces the Adhan at night, so that the one offering the late night prayer, tahajjud, from among you might hurry up and the sleeping from among you might wake up. It does not mean that dawn or morning has started. Then he, the Prophet, pointed with his fingers and raised them up, towards the sky, and then lowered them, towards the earth. Like this, Ibn Mas'ud imitated the gesture of the Prophet. Az-Zuhri gestured with his 2 index fingers which he put on each other and then stretched them to the right and left. These gestures illustrate the way real dawn appears. It spreads left and right horizontally. The dawn that appears in the high sky and lowers down is not the real dawn. Volume 1, Book 11, number 596. Narrated by Aisha. The Prophet said, Bilal pronounces the Adhan at night, so eat and drink, suhur, till Ibn Maktum pronounces the Adhan. Volume 1, Book 11, number 597. Narrated by Abdullah bin Mughafal al-Mazani. Allah's Apostle said thrice, there is a prayer between the 2 Adhans, Adhan and Qama, and added, for the one who wants to pray. Volume 1, Book 11, number 598. Narrated by Anas bin Malik. When the Mu'adhin pronounced the Adhan, some of the companions of the Prophet would proceed to the pillars of the mosque, for the prayer, till the Prophet arrived, and in this way they used to pray 2 rakat before the Maghrib prayer. There used to be a little time between the Adhan and the Qama. Shubha said, there used to be a very short interval between the 2, Adhan and Qama. Volume 1, Book 11, number 599. Narrated by Aisha. Allah's Apostle used to pray 2 light rakat before the morning, compulsory, prayer after the day dawned and the Mu'adhin had finished his Adhan. He then would lie on his right side till the Mu'adhin came to pronounce the Qama. Volume 1, Book 11, number 600. Narrated by Abdullah bin Mughafal. The Prophet said, there is a prayer between the 2 Adhans, Adhan and Qama. There is a prayer between the 2 Adhans. And then while saying it the 3rd time he added, for the one who wants to pray. Volume 1, Book 11, number 601. Narrated by Malik bin Huwaith. I came to the Prophet with some men from my tribe and stayed with him for 20 nights. He was kind and merciful to us. When he realized our longing for our families, he said to us, go back and stay with your families and teach them the religion, and offer the prayer, and one of you should pronounce the Adhan for the prayer when its time is due, and the oldest one amongst you should lead the prayer. Volume 1, Book 11, number 602. Narrated by Abu Dar. We were in the company of the Prophet on a journey, and the Mu'adhin wanted to pronounce the Adhan for the Zuhr prayer. The Prophet said to him, let it become cooler. Then he again wanted to pronounce the Adhan, but the Prophet said to him, let it become cooler. The Mu'adhin again wanted to pronounce the Adhan for the prayer, but the Prophet said, let it become cooler, till the shadows of the hillocks become equal to their sizes. The Prophet added, the severity of the heat is from the raging of hell. Volume 1, Book 11, number 603. Narrated by Malik bin Huwaith. 2 men came to the Prophet with the intention of a journey. The Prophet said, when both of you set out, pronounce Adhan and then Qama, and the oldest of you should lead the prayer. Volume 1, Book 11, number 604. Narrated by Malik. We came to the Prophet and stayed with him for 20 days and nights. We were all young and of about the same age. The Prophet was very kind and merciful. When he realized our longing for our families, he asked about our homes and the people there, and we told him. Then he asked us to go back to our families and stay with them and teach them the religion, and to order them to do good things. He also mentioned some other things which I have remembered or forgotten. The Prophet then added, "Pray as you have seen me praying, and when it is the time for the prayer, one of you should pronounce the Adhan and the oldest of you should lead the prayer." Volume 1, Book 11, number 605. Narrated by Nafi. Once in a cold night, Ibn Umar pronounced the Adhan for the prayer at Dajnan, the name of a mountain, and then said, "Pray at your homes," and informed us that Allah's apostle used to tell the mueddin to pronounce the Adhan and say, "Pray at your homes," at the end of the Adhan on a rainy or a very cold night during the journey. Volume 1, Book 11, number 606. Narrated by bin Abi Juhayfa. My father said, I saw Allah's apostle at a place called Al-Abtar. Bilal came and informed him about the prayer, and then came out with an anza and planted it in front of Allah's apostle at Al-Abtar and pronounced the Karma. Volume 1, Book 11, number 607. Narrated by bin Abi Juhayfa. My father said, I saw Bilal turning his face from side to side while pronouncing the Adhan for the prayer. Volume 1, Book 11, number 608. Narrated by Abdullah bin Abi Qatada. My father said, while we were praying with the Prophet, he heard the noise of some people. After the prayer he said, "What is the matter?" They replied, "We were hurrying for the prayer." He said, "Do not make haste for the prayer, and whenever you come for the prayer, you should come with calmness, and pray whatever you get, with the people, and complete the rest which you have missed." Volume 1, Book 11, number 609. Narrated by Abu Hurairah. The Prophet said, when you hear the Karma, proceed to offer the prayer with calmness and solemnity, and do not make haste. And pray whatever you are able to pray, and complete whatever you have missed.
أشهد أن